In the heart of India's history, amidst the clash of swords and the roar of warriors, one name rises above the rest, a name etched in fire and forged in battle: the Bhonsle dynasty. Born in the turbulent lands of the Deccan, the Bhonsles were not heirs to thrones of gold, but to battlefields of valor. From humble beginnings, they rose against mighty empires, wielding not just swords, but an unbreakable spirit. This is the saga of warriors who defied fate, of kings who built legacies, and of a people who shaped history itself. The Bhonsle dynasty, an empire of resilience, honor, and unyielding strength. Maloji Bhonsle, the grandfather of Chatrapathi Shivaji Maharaj, was a key figure in the rise of the Bhonsles. However, the actual establishment of sovereign rule under the Bhonsle name came with Shivaji's coronation in 1674. The dynasty ruled the Maratha Empire from 1674 to 1818 and rose to prominence against the Mughal and Deccan Sultanate powers. While the Bhonsles claimed descent from the Rajput Sisodia dynasty of Mewar, historical records suggest they were more likely of Kunbi traditional farmers, Maratha origin. Here is the comprehensive overview of the rulers of Maratha. The image strongly reflects themes of legacy, leadership, and the rise of great warriors, which can be associated with the Marathas. The cub and lion symbolize the transmission of strength, valor, and responsibility from one generation to the next, similar to how the Maratha leadership evolved, particularly under Chatrapathi Shivaji Maharaj and his successors.
The rise and legacy of the Maratha Empire. Timeline. In 1552, Maloji Bhonsle, grandfather of Shivaji Maharaj, was born and rose to prominence under the Ahmednagar Sultanate. By 1595, he was granted the Jagir of Pune and Supe. The fall of Ahmednagar Fort to the Mughals in 1600 marked a turning point in Deccan politics. Shahaji Bhonsle, born in 1606, navigated alliances with multiple Deccan sultanates, aligning with Bijapur by 1619. His son, Shivaji Maharaj, was born in 1630 at Shivneri Fort. Shivaji's vision for Hindutva Swarajya took shape by 1645 and became reality through successive conquests. Torna in 1646, Rajgad in 1647, and Simhagad in 1648. His military and administrative base solidified at Rajgad by 1650. Victories at Javali in 1656 and incursions into Ahmednagar in 1657 set the stage for the Battle of Pratapgarh in 1659, where he famously killed Afzal Khan. Despite the siege of Panhala in 1660, Shivaji escaped to Vishalgad. Bold raids on Shaista Khan in 1663 and Surat in 1664 highlighted his strategic genius. The Treaty of Purandar in 1665 saw him cede forts but retain strategic ground. After a daring escape from house arrest in Agra in 1666, Shivaji regained momentum. By 1670, he reclaimed forts and again raided Surat. The Battle of Salher in 1671 marked another major victory. In 1674, Shivaji was crowned Chatrapathi at Raigad, founding the Maratha Empire. His Dakshin Digvijay from 1676 to 78 expanded territory deep into Karnataka. His reforms and moral governance followed until his death in 1680. The Mughals, led by Aurangzeb, invaded the Deccan in 1681. Sambhaji was captured and executed in 1689, but Rajaram continued resistance from Jinji. Under Maharani Tarabai, the Marathas struck back, raiding Gujarat and Malwa in 1705. Aurangzeb's death in 1707 led to civil war. Shahu Maharaj, released by the Mughals, defeated Tarabai and became Chhatrapati in 1708. In 1713, Balaji Vishwanath became the first Peshwa, transforming the empire into a confederacy. By 1719, the Marathas secured rights over the Deccan through diplomacy with the Mughals. Under Baji Rao Paniarti, the empire expanded across India. Victories in Malwa, Gujarat and Vasai in 1739 demonstrated their strength. After Baji Rao's death, His son, Balaji Bajirao, led the Marathas during their peak. The Third Battle of Panipat in 1761 was catastrophic, costing over 100,000 lives. But Madhavrao Yesujo restored Maratha dominance until his death in 1772. Internal strife led to British involvement. And by 1782, the Treaty of Salbai marked a temporary peace. The Maratha Confederacy, led by the Peshwas and regional chiefs like the Scindias, Holkars, Gayekwads, and Bhonsles, dominated Indian politics. Their last major victory came at Kharda in 1795. However, infighting and British diplomacy weakened them. The Treaty of Bassein in 1802 triggered the Second Anglo-Maratha War. Despite fierce resistance, British power grew. The Third Anglo-Maratha War during 1817 to 1818 ended with the fall of Pune and the surrender of Peshwa Bajirao Deka, marking the end of the Maratha Empire. Yet, their legacy endured, fueling the fire of India's independence struggle, most notably in the 1857 revolt. In the heart of medieval India, when kingdoms rose and fell with the swing of a sword, emerged a legendary dynasty that would shape the subcontinent's destiny, the Maratha Empire. At its root stands a warrior of vision and valor, Maloji Bhonsle. A noble Sardar in the Ahmednagar Sultanate, Maloji laid the foundations of a lineage that would echo through centuries. Maloji married Uma Bai, also known as Deepabai. Together, they were blessed with two sons. The elder, Shahaji Bhosale, a valiant general and statesman, whose legacy would carry forward through his son, the legendary Shivaji Maharaj, and the younger, Sharifji Bhosale, who continued the family's honor with equal courage. Sharifji married Durgabai, and their union gave birth to Mahaji Bhosale and Trimbakji Bhosale, each contributing to the Maratha legacy in their own way. This is more than a family tree. It is the root of a revolution, a tale of valor, honor, and undying pride. This is the beginning of the Bhosale saga. As the roots of the Bhosale dynasty strengthened, the next chapter unfolded with one of the most remarkable figures in Deccan history, Shahaji Raje Bhosale. A fearless Maratha general, diplomat, and a nobleman who served the Deccan sultanates with honor. But Shahaji's legacy would stretch far beyond the battlefield. He was married to Jijabai, the daughter of the valiant Lakhuji Jadhav, a fierce warrior of the Jadhavrao clan. Jijabai was no ordinary woman. She was a visionary mother, a pillar of wisdom and strength. From this powerful union was born a child who would change the destiny of India. Shivaji Raje, the future Chatrapathi, the founder of the Maratha Empire. Shahaji Raje also fathered Sambhaji Shahaji Bhosle, a loyal brother and trusted aide to Shivaji. In his second marriage to Tukabai, who was sister of Sambhaji Mohite and paternal aunt of Soyarabai, Shahaji had another son, Ekoji Bhonsle, who would go on to establish the Maratha kingdom in Thanjavur, Tamil Nadu. This family was not bound by blood alone. They were united by purpose, courage, and an unshakable dream of Swarajya. At the heart of the Maratha Empire stood a visionary, a warrior, a king, Chatrapathi Shivaji Maharaj, revered not only for his valor but also for his wisdom. Shivaji's legacy was shaped as much by his sword as by his strategy. To fortify his empire and unify the Maratha clans, Shivaji Maharaj entered into alliances with noble families through marriage, a political and social masterstroke. His first and chief consort, Saibai, was the mother of his heir, the fearless Sambhaji Maharaj. With Soyarabai, he had Rajaram Maharaj, who would go on to become the third Chhatrapati of the Maratha Empire. From his other consorts, Putlabai, Kashibai, Sakwarbai, Sagunabai, Gunwantabai, Lakshmibai, and Tukabai were born daughters who played key roles in maintaining noble relations and alliances. Among them, Deepabai and the daughters Sakhubai, Ranubai, and Ambikabai, each symbolizing strength, diplomacy, and heritage. Even the daughters of his queens, Kamalabai and Rajkunwarabai carried forward the influence of the Maratha royal bloodline. Shivaji's marriages were never merely unions of love. They were unions of power, crafted to strengthen the empire, bind loyalties, and build a resilient Maratha identity. After the mighty Chatrapathi Shivaji Maharaj, the Maratha Empire faced a time of succession, struggle, and strategy. His son, Sambhaji Maharaj, ascended the throne with courage and conviction. Alongside Yesubai, he fathered Shahu Maharaj and Bhavaribai. But Sambhaji's tragic capture and execution by the Mughals cast a shadow over the empire. Shahu Maharaj, imprisoned in his youth, would later return to reclaim his legacy and lead the Maratha resurgence. Meanwhile, Rajaram Maharaj, Shivaji's younger son through Soyarabai, took the mantle of leadership. His queen, Tarabai, emerged as a fierce and capable regent, raising Shivaji too as a rival claimant to the throne. The Maratha Empire now stood at a crossroads, divided between Shahu's rightful claim and Tarabai's regency. From this power vacuum arose a new force, the Peshwas. From 1719 to 1820, they became the de facto rulers of the Maratha Empire, guiding it through expansion, diplomacy, and war. The throne of Shivaji still stood, but the power behind it had shifted. Before the Maratha Empire rose in glory, before Shivaji Maharaj became a legend, there was a man who lit the first spark. His name was Maloji Bhonsle. Born in 1552, Maloji was the son of Babaji Bhonsle. A humble village, Maloji began his journey as a cavalryman under the powerful Jadhavs of Sindhkid. But ambition and fate had greater plans for him. He entered the service of Malik Ambar, the brilliant Ethiopian strategist who controlled the reins of the Ahmednagar Sultanate. Under his leadership, Maloji's valor shone bright. Maloji became a trusted aide of Malik Ambar, who rose to the prime ministership of the Ahmednagar Sultanate. Bahadur Nizam Shah, ruler of Ahmednagar, saw in Maloji a man of vision and courage. He was granted the control of 3 parganas, besides several small towns and villages. Maloji was given the title of Raja by Bahadur Nizam Shah. On the recommendation of Malik Ambar, he was given the Jagir of Pune and Sup Parganas, along with the control of the Shivneri and Chakan forts. Maloji carried out the restoration of the Grishneshwar temple near Virul and also constructed a large tank at the Shambhu Mahadev temple in Shikhar, Shingnapur. He reformed revenue systems, brought stability to his lands, and laid the framework for future Maratha governance. He married Umabai, sister of the Deshmukh of Faltan. Together they had 2 sons, Shahaji and Sharifji. Maloji died in battle, likely in 1606, fighting the Bijapur Sultanate at Indapur. Some accounts suggest later, but the flame he lit never faded. His son Shahaji, 5 years old at the time, was raised by his brother Vithoji. After his death, his Jagir was transferred to his son Shahaji. Maloji Bhonsle is the forgotten founder, whose legacy shaped the Maratha dynasty.
Welcome to the journey of Shahaji Bhonsle, a legendary Maratha warrior, statesman, and the father of Chatrapathi Shivaji Maharaj. His life, filled with valor and vision, paved the way for the rise of the Maratha Empire. Shahaji Bhonsle was born in 1594, the son of Maloji Bhonsle, a prominent general in the Ahmadnagar Sultanate. Growing up in a family of warriors, he was destined for greatness. His early years were shaped by a strong legacy of military and administrative skill, a trait that would define his entire life. Shahaji began his career under the Ahmadnagar Sultanate, where he rose through the ranks, earning a reputation as a brilliant commander and diplomat. During this time, he faced numerous battles against the Mughals and other Deccan powers. His strategic mind and courage in battle
earned him the trust and respect of his superiors. In a politically strategic move, Shahaji married Jijabai, the daughter of Lakhuji Jijabai, a noble from the Nizam Shahi court. This marriage strengthened his ties with influential Maratha families. Together they had a son, Shivaji Maharaj, who would later become the founder of the Maratha Empire. Shahaji ensured that his son would be groomed for leadership. After the fall of Ahmednagar, Shahaji joined the service of the Bijapur Sultanate. He was granted the Jagir of Bangalore, where he established a stronghold in southern India. Shahaji's service to Bijapur was marked by numerous military campaigns and strategic alliances. His leadership and administrative skills helped solidify his power in the Deccan region. Shahaji's rule over Bangalore allowed him to expand Maratha influence in the southern region. He focused on strengthening his territories and bringing stability to the areas under his control. Bangalore became a key Maratha base during his time, and Shahaji's administrative reforms laid the foundation for the Maratha presence in southern India. Shahaji fought in several significant battles, particularly against the Mughals. His military campaigns were not just about conquest, but also about defending his people and their land. His skills in guerrilla tactics, strategic retreats, and battlefield leadership made him one of the most respected military leaders of his time. In 1636, Shahaji was captured by the Mughal forces during a campaign in the Deccan. However, his capture did not mark the end of his influence. Rather than being executed, Shahaji was placed under house arrest, a testament to his stature. After being released, he continued to serve the Bijapur Sultanate and remained a key figure in the Deccan. Though geographically separated, Shahaji's influence on his son Shivaji Maharaj was profound. He ensured that Shivaji received military training and education in statecraft. Shahaji's ideals of courage, honor, and independence deeply shaped Shivaji's vision of Swarajya, the Maratha Empire of self-rule.
By the early 1650s, Shahaji held a Jagir in Kanakagiri, a strategic fort in present-day Karnataka, serving the Bijapur Sultanate. In 1654, a revolt erupted in Kanakagiri, led by the local chief challenging Bijapur's authority. The Sultanate responded by dispatching its formidable general, Afzal Khan, to quell the uprising. During the ensuing assault, Sambhaji Shahaji Bhosale was killed. While some accounts suggest he fell in battle, others hint at treachery, though the exact circumstances remain uncertain.
Shahaji spent his final years consolidating his territories in the south. In 1664, he tragically passed away near Hodigere during a hunting expedition. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy would live on through his son Shivaji, who would go on to build the Maratha Empire. From Shahaji's life, we learn the timeless values of vision, adaptability, and leadership. His legacy teaches us that empires are built not just on might, but on preparation, purpose, and people. His influence shaped the Maratha Empire and continues to inspire generations. Shahaji's story is one of valor, vision, and legacy. The foundation he laid would ultimately lead to the rise of the Maratha Empire, forever changing the course of Indian history.
Sharifji Raje Bhosale, born in 1596, was the son of Maloji Bhonsle and Umabai Naik Nimbalkar, his elder brother Shahaji Bhosale, who later became the father of Shivaji Maharaj. Sharifji Raje Bhosale had two sons named Mahatji Bhosale and Trimbakji Bhosale. The historical accounts suggest that they later aligned themselves with the Mughal forces under Shaista Khan. Sharifji's role is less documented in terms of direct military engagement. Sharifji himself did not play a significant military or political role. Sharifji Bhosale is most remembered for his participation in the Battle of Bhatwadi in 1624. During this battle, he fought alongside his brother Shahaji against the combined forces of the Mughal Empire and the Bijapur Sultanate. Unfortunately, Sharifji was killed in this battle, attaining martyrdom. Sharifji Bhosale's sacrifice in the Battle of Bhatwadi is commemorated by a memorial samadhi located near Bhatwadi village, approximately 25 km from Ahmednagar on the Nagar-Jamkhid road. This site serves as a tribute to his bravery and the pivotal role he played in defending the Nizam-Shahi Sultanate during a critical juncture in Deccan history. In the turbulent heart of the Deccan rose a Maratha noble, Lakhuji Jadav Rao. Born in 1560, he rose through the ranks, serving first the Ahmednagar Sultanate, then the Mughals, commanding a mansab of 24,000. It was Lakhuji who first sowed the seeds of guerrilla warfare, tactics that would one day shake empires. But in 1629, treachery struck. At Devgiri fort, on orders from Burhan Nizam Shah, Lakhuji was assassinated. The blow echoed through generations. His daughter, Jijabai, born in 1598 at Sindh Khidraja, was no less remarkable. Raised in the proud Jadhav clan, she inherited both strength and wisdom. She was married to Shahaji Bhonsle, a commander with dreams as vast as the Deccan skies. To them were born two sons, Sambhaji and Shivaji. Sambhaji would fall in battle, but Shivaji would rise, molded by Jijabai's hands. In Pune, she became both mother and mentor. She told him stories of Ram and Valor, of Dharma, and the dream of Swarajya. She taught him to see through the cruelty of foreign rule and to believe in self-rule. She stood behind him, always, as he conquered forts, hearts, and history. In 1674, Shivaji was crowned Chatrapathi. Just days later, she passed on, her mission fulfilled, her legacy immortal.
Maloji Bhonsle, or Ekoji I Bhosale, born in 1632, was the younger half-brother of Chatrapathi Shivaji Maharaj. He founded the Maratha rule in Thanjavur, modern-day Tamil Nadu, and became the head of the junior Bhonsle branch, ruling until 1855. Ekoji was the son of Shahaji, a commander in Bijapur's service, and inherited Bengaluru and Thanjavur. In 1673, after the Nayak of Madurai overthrew Thanjavur's ruler, Ekoji was sent by the Sultan of Bijapur to reclaim the throne. By 1676, Ekoji had conquered Thanjavur, crowning himself king. In 1677, Shivaji, aiming to claim his father's Jagir in South India, confronted Ekoji. Despite initial peaceful negotiations, Ekoji fled. However, Shivaji's forces defeated him, and Ekoji ultimately agreed to a treaty, recognizing Shivaji's claim and becoming his vassal. After Shivaji's death, Thanjavur remained independent, but continued paying tribute to the Maratha Empire. Ekoji's rule was marked by both diplomacy and military conflict, leaving a lasting legacy in southern India. Ekoji's establishment of Maratha power in Thanjavur shaped the region's history, ensuring the Bhonsle legacy continued for centuries.